Welcome to this session, this masterclass on pricing and packaging. My name is Dan Henderson. I'm the founder of the Game Changer program, also the creator of Success Club. These are two programs that I've created to help fitness business owners have more profit, more freedom, and more impact. And so I have the great pleasure of coaching over 100 successful fitness business owners. I've created many successful fitness businesses myself. And today I'm going to share with you something super, super powerful that has the capacity to completely transform, revolutionize your fitness business so you can have more success. And what this is about is it's all about the pricing and the packaging of your products and your services. You see, a common theme that I'm seeing and a lot of the conversations that I'm having with fitness business owners is that they haven't got their pricing and their packaging right. And so this means that they're not making the amount of money that they should. They're not getting the amount of profit or the take-home income. And it means that it's becoming frustrating. It's provoking a lot of stress. It's provoking a lot of anxiety. And it doesn't have to be that way. And a lot of the time people think that the solution is just more clients. And that's not actually the case. That comes secondary. What comes first is getting that pricing and getting that packaging absolutely spot on. So you've got consistent cash flow, you ensure that your products and services are super profitable, and then you can add more volume to it. So whenever a prospective fitness business owner comes to me, I like to pull the curtains back. I like to have a look at their business, exactly the way they've structured things, and there is always opportunities for improvement. And I'm going to be sharing some of those insights in today's session. So what you need is you need a pen, you need a paper, and you need an open mind. That is how you're going to get the most out of this. This is not theoretical. This is tried, tested, and proven. I've owned fitness businesses for the last 12 years. I've built them, I've sold them. I own 3 right now. And as well as that is, I've got the best lab in the world because I've got 100 fitness business owners that I look after. So trust me with the information that I'm giving you. I promise you it works, all right, as we go through. So I'm going to share my screen. But before I do, I just want to share a little bit of a story about one of my clients who came to me in about the last 12 months with this issue. So she was looking at getting some coaching. And again, she thought the answer was more leads, more clients. And her name is Jane O'Geary, and she owns this phenomenal business. She's like one of the most beautiful people in the world, called Rise and Shine in Leeton. And I had a look at it and I just went, Jane, right now, before we're not even going to talk about marketing, I've got to get this business foundation right for you. And she was doing 2 things that I didn't like. Number one, her prices were way too low. And most of you listening, watching to this, your prices are too low and you need to increase them. That's another masterclass for another day. The second thing was she was running her business in terms. And she's like, Dan, I'm a mum. Most of my clients are mums. This is the way we operate. We operate in terms. And I just said, Jane, that makes absolutely no sense. Because right now you're leaving 20% on the table because you're not open for about 20 to 25% of the year. And I said, does that mean that these people don't need exercise? Does that mean that they don't need fitness? Does that mean that they don't need your support? And it was structured completely wrong. So we moved it from a term-based model into a membership-based model. That was the first thing we did. And then we made sure that the prices made sense in terms of, we had some great pricing in there for really, loyal clients, but we also made sure that the pricing reflected her value for all the new clients. And we put in a number of great options as a result of just making that one change. And there was a little bit to it, there was a lot of communication, or structuring your CRM and everything else. But I coached her through that. And, over about 6 weeks, she made those changes and she added $50,000 to a business just like that. We didn't add a single client. Now we've added about 50 additional clients, and it's at the right rate in the right type of membership. Her business is just doing this, all right? And this is the opportunity. Before you go and sign another client, make sure you got your pricing and packaging right, all right? And this is the stuff I absolutely love because I always identify opportunities. And I have no doubt that you'll see some opportunities today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I've got a little bit of a presentation that I just want to take you through in terms of how to make this work and how to make this work really, really well for you. So hopefully everyone can now see my screen. And so this is what I see. Like this is this guy right here. This guy right here, he is your average fitness business owner, right? Whether you're a male, female, you are frustrated as all hell right now because you're working long hours, you're trying so hard, and you just feel like you're probably not creating the business that you should right now. Like money is a stress, cash flow is a stress. And the reality is it doesn't have to be that way. So let's make life easier for us. All right. So the first thing is biggest problem I see, whether you do one-on-one PT, whether you do team training, whether you do semi-private training. All right. And, like I've got a pole dance school that I coach as well. And they all had this problem is that they were selling memberships, sessions, not memberships. All right. So, hey, look, I'm going to charge you $80 for a one-on-one session. That means if you come and see me once a week, it's $80. If you see me twice a week, it's $160. All right, now the client's sick. All right, so now they don't see you. You've only got 20 clients. They come twice a week. There's 10% of your income gone. All right, doesn't make sense. Or they go away, or their kids are sick. All right, all of these different things happen, and as a result, your income's like this. And I've been there. That was me in my first business. I sold sessions at a personal training studio. We used to have about 150 sessions we'd do out of there a week, and I sold a ton of sessions, 1 hour sessions. And my income was up and down like a yo-yo, all right? Super frustrating and really, really difficult to just plan because I just didn't know how much money I was making week to week. All right, so that's the biggest mistake that I see. Next big mistake that I see is this. I'm actually surprised that this still happens, and that is selling in packs of sessions. Dan, I sold a 10-pack. I sell in 20 packs. I sell in whatever it is, packs, 5 packs, 3 packs, whatever it is. And then what happens is they finish their sessions and then you've got to resell. And then you've got to resell again. And then you've got to resell again. And so you're just creating this unnecessary work. It just is so much work and stress because you're like, I'm hoping they're going to buy another package, all right, as they go through. And then this one I've seen probably a little less. But as I said, I've got a really diverse clientele. I have a pole dancing studio. I have a swim school as well. And again, they operate in terms. I'm like, that just makes no sense. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Just because that's always been done in the past doesn't mean that you shouldn't challenge the status quo, all right? Just because you see a model done doesn't mean that you shouldn't challenge that. That was certainly the case for me. I operated my business, my first business. We sold PT sessions, one-on-one training, or one-on-one trading time for money, and we sold it in packs of sessions. And so it was just, the business model was so flawed. And I looked at it and I looked at what the industry was doing, and that's what they were doing. And I challenged the status quo. I said, one-to-one doesn't make sense. It's got to be semi-private training, first and foremost. Secondly, we've got to sell in memberships. So I have consistent cash flow, and I have a little bit more control and a little bit more autonomy in my business. Because no doubt that right now your business is really in control of the clients. They are determining, all right, how much money you're making each and every week on whether they turn up or not. And for me, that just doesn't work. So why is this a big problem? Well, first and foremost, we get less income. I don't know about you, but you are no doubt a great fitness professional. You're having a tremendous impact on people's lives. Why shouldn't you be paid well? Okay, you should be. You should be paid exceptionally well. This one's huge, inconsistent cash flow. As I started to get a little older, a little wiser, I had more mortgages. I've got multiple properties and everything else that I've got to fund. I can't have my income go up and down like this. All right. I need consistent cash flow to fund those investments and those expenses. All right. And then the last one is it's just an inefficient use of time. If I don't know if a client's turning up each and every week or whatever else, then all I'm doing is twiddling my thumbs. And I don't know how many hours I've got from one week to the next, all right, as we go. And that just doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody. So what's the solution? All right, let's talk about the solution, all right? Number one is the solution is absolutely memberships, all right? No doubt in my mind. And I get a little bit of pushback from this from time to time from clients. People are averse to change, all right? So that's no surprise. And so I get pushback and I'm like, no, try it and see if it works. I guarantee it will, and it always does. 100% of the time, 100% success rate. And I'm like, people are already indoctrinated to memberships, or they're indoctrinated to direct debits where they have to pay on a continual basis. That's, like, have a look at our phone bills, have a look at our Netflix, our mortgages, our rents. Like, these are longer term things that we pay week to week, all right, as we go through. So the absolute solution is memberships. You've got to be running your business on memberships, whether it's one-on-one, semi-private, team training, nutrition coaching, whatever it is, it's got to be membership based. All right, as we go through. That is absolute must, all right, for this, all right. Secondly, the solution, all right, is you want to have on these memberships, you want to have both commit and flexi options. All right. And again, a lot of people go, Dan, I don't like to tie my clients into contracts. I don't think that's the way forward and everything else. And I'm like, guys, they're conditioned to contracts. We buy our phones on contracts. We rent our houses on contracts. We buy our houses on contracts. We buy our cars on contracts. This is the way that the world works. Now, can you have a commit and a flexi option? So those that want to commit are happy to do so. They're going to save some money. Those that want the flexibility, we're going to cater for both. All right. So we're going to cater for both parties by having both commit and flexi options, all right, as you go through. You're going to have a really good contract, all right? And like, one of the big things I spent a lot of money on for my clients was creating a great contract template. Well, actually not me, solicitors. So they can just plug in their business to it. And so this protects you, all right? It's not really like, we're not going to say that we're going to take someone to court or anything else, but it just protects you. It's like, here's the terms of service. This is how I work with you, all right, as we go through. So you want to have a really solid contract, and it's got things in there like freezes, all right, it's got cancellations, all right, and all of those things, all right, as we move through. And there's a lot to it. I won't go into all the depth today. So that's how it looks. That's the solution. And how I really put that solution together is what we call our grid-based model. And so I'm going to go through our grid-based model. This is how we price and package everything. Remember this adage, less is more. This is the other big problem I probably see, and I think I'll just put it down here, is we need to simplify, all right? You can't have 1,000 membership options, all right? Too much information makes the brain choke. Less is more. So we want to have less options, all right, and make it easier for the client themselves. So let's go through the grid model. Let's use a sample here, and we'll do it for team training. All right, as we go through. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this, and depending on your business is how we would do it. But this is just a general based model, right? And so what you do is, it's literally a grid, all right? We have a commit option, and we have a flexi option. Now, we're going to do this one for team training, all right? And I generally, as I said, I like to simplify. So in my gym, Momentum 360, we only have an unlimited option. Less is more. Commit, you can make this 6 months, you can make this 12 months, all right? You can make it whatever you want. And you could even have both options. But again, I'm just going to keep 2 options, all right? So let's call commit 6 months, all right, as we go through, all right? Let's call commit 6 months. And flexi is week to week, but they got to give 30 days notice, okay? 30 days notice, and that's going to be in writing. All right, so if I commit, then it's going to cost me, if I commit to 6 months of training, it's going to cost me $49 per week. If I want the flexibility to, not be locked into any long-term contracts and just pay week to week, 30 days notice and writing, then it's $59 a week. And so that's it. 2 options for your team training. That is it. Nice and simple, nice and clean. You're going to save a ton of money if you commit. And obviously you do a diagnostic sale where you say to achieve your goals, it's going to take this amount of time. So I'd recommend this. However, if you didn't want to be, if you did want more flexibility, then we've also got our flexibility option. All right. as we go through. So you've got both options. Now, some people will have a 2-session-a-week option and a 3-session-a-week option as well. So they might go like 29, 39, for example. And then what it might be here is 39 and 49. Now, this is just an example. In my gym, we don't have that. We don't have that. We make it clean. We make it simple. You can put that in as well. And so you do exactly the same for one-on-one training. You do exactly the same for your semi-private training. And that's your price presentation. Clean, simple. We get people committed. If not, we get more money. And it's all membership based. All right. As we go through, my income remains steady. Now, a couple of questions that I normally get during this is, Dan, what about if they want to put it on freeze? All right. Or what if they want to terminate the early? All right, a couple of options here. Freezes, you can include a number of weeks within the commit option on how many weeks freeze they have. All right, so you might say, look, you get 2 weeks freeze. All right, within that, each additional week of that you want to freeze your membership is going to cost you $5 a week in admin fee. And the reason we do that is because it takes time. You know, for me to process it, go into your debit company, go into your CRM, it takes time. All right. So we charge an admin fee, but you may include 2 weeks. All right, thereabouts. Now, terminate early, the option that I really, really like in the terminate early is they have a buyout. All right. So let's just say 6-month commit option. They sign up to that. They've had that cheaper rate. That means there's 3 months left. What we do is we do a buyout clause, and it's generally 50% of the remaining contract. So they would buy out 6 weeks thereabouts of the remaining contract, all right, as we go through. So there it is. That is the grid model. That's how you price. That's how you package. If you have other questions, make sure you reach out to me and let me know. I just want to share one of my programs that I'm really, really proud of right now. We just launched this a couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago. We've already got 50 people in it. And it's because you get coached every single week by me and my team. We give you all the templates. We give you one-on-one coaching every week. We give you accountability, and it costs under $100 a week. So the investment is very, very minimal for the impact that you have. And so if you want us to create the perfect business with great pricing, great packaging, great contracts, so you can maximize your impact, your profit as well, then jump in and just put Success Club in the comments, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, whatever platform you're putting it in, just put Success Club. I'll go send you some information and we can see if it's a good fit for you. Hope you've enjoyed this session. Hope you've got a lot of value out of it. More importantly, I hope you apply it and you see the tremendous impact that this will have in your business. This is Dan Henderson from the Game Changer program, Success Club, wishing you a great day and great abundance. Thank you so much.